Hey guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina with your weekend weather update, fishing report, and more. Right now we're looking forward to a little bit of a nautical weather update for this weekend. We have some weather coming in and it's going to make things a little bit sporty for us at the start of the coming work week, the end of this weekend. Looks like Sunday is going to be the day of the bulk of the weather, and then it's going to last a little bit into Monday. As far as our update at Hubbard's Marina, what we're planning to do is probably be closed Sunday, buttoned up tight, and then opening back up Monday. As that storm approaches, sometimes Sunday morning, it'll make things a little bit rainy and wet around here, and then it'll start getting nicer through the day Monday, and then hopefully we'll have a great week of fishing, a little bit of a cooler water temp, and some hungry fish behind the storm as we approach Tuesday and the rest of the week coming up. Plus, on top of that, the fish should be hungry as this storm approaches. Right now, we're on a new moon. That new moon should bring with it a lot of moving water and some higher tides. So that'll be a good thing for the fishing. As we move closer to the storm, the fish will be really excited because they're gonna prep for the storm just like you and I. But the fish, what they're gonna do is they're gonna go out there and eat really heavily, feed very actively, and hopefully be ready to chew when we go out there and go fishing for them today, tomorrow. But then Sunday, they'll probably shut down as that storm comes in and as the storm moves through the area. But then once the storm kind of moves on and things calm down, generally we have a really good bite of fish as things kind of come back to normal. So we're looking forward to hopefully some great fishing as the storm approaches and then up till it comes through, and then on the backside of the storm, generally the bite gets really excited again. So that's what we're looking at weather-wise, all timing around this tropical system and trying to capitalize on those weather windows while we got them. As far as inshore fishing goes right now, inshore, we're seeing a lot of snook action around our pass and around our beautiful Gulf beaches. Snook action is definitely going to be more prolific in the early morning hours and first light of the day. Once you get into mid-morning, the heat of the day, they kind of slow down, they get a little lethargic, they retreat to deeper water, and they don't feed as actively. Then once you get into that dusk period out on the beautiful beaches, we'll see them resurge and get more active again around that sunset time frame. And then also we've been seeing a lot of redfish, but the redfish action has definitely been pushing back into the upper and back bay waters more and more. We're seeing a lot of the redfish action out there really concentrated around those mangrove shorelines. We're seeing them really feed best around those areas of moving water, those areas where you can stick a little bit of dead bait, maybe a cut mullet, cut ladyfish, working really well for those redfish. Also, we've been seeing some really good action on the trout, but definitely more focused on the deeper flats. 6-8 foot of water is a good area to start, or those deeper edges of those shallower flats concentrate the trout action too. We've been seeing some tarpon around our Bay Area bridges, the mouth of the bay, but definitely numbers have dwindled down a little bit as we've gotten later in the year, but much less pressure has generated more actively feeding tarpon. We're seeing some pretty good action around the area as far as flounder goes, but it's very spotty, hit or miss. A few spotty pompano too, but this dirty water from all this rain has made that even more tricky. But a lot of sharks around. The shark action has been pretty prolific around the area. Now we're also seeing near shore some good action on the lane snapper, some pretty big mangrove snapper, pretty consistent. We're also seeing a lot of action on the mahi-mahi too. So mahi-mahi have been prolific on our 10-hour all days. We've been seeing them quite a bit, and even some surprisingly large mahi too on top of that. Then working our way offshore, we're really focused on those red snapper. We've got super light loads on our 39-hour trips, 44-hour trips, 12-hour extreme trips all the way through the month of August. We've got red snapper season open for us until end of day, August 27th. Plus, we've got triggerfish that just opened back up too. So come out and get a boat limit of triggerfish, boat limit of red snapper, and plenty of good eating other fish on a 12-hour extreme. On a 39-hour trip, we're seeing a lot of those triggerfish. We're seeing boat limits of big red snapper. We've got plenty of yellowtails, vermilions, porgies, almacos. We've got scamp grouper. We've got a handful of mutton snapper. We're seeing some African pompano. You just never know what you're gonna see out there. Plus, the pelagic action has been prolific offshore. We've been seeing quite a few numbers of sailfish. We've been seeing the occasional really big blackfin tuna, seeing some cobia every now and again, maybe even a wahoo, so you never know, pelagic wise as well. So a lot of good action inshore, nearshore, offshore, some really good opportunities there all the way around. Just time your trip around this weather and get out there and go fishing. And don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. Thanks for watching, y'all.